What's up, guys? Welcome to Vintage Genetics, where it is all about classic bodybuilding and where it is all about fixing your weak points as well. Because one important thing about the classic physiques of the golden era is that they, first of all, had very few weak points, but on top of that, had strong points. But before you can get strong points, you have to get rid of your weak points, because otherwise people will see the weak points first. So one of my weak points that I've discovered from the pictures of the Arnold Classic Europe competition, you know, I had a lot of pictures, a lot of camera footage, and other people have said this as well, is that my upper chest is lacking volume, is lacking size. When you're standing alone, it is not easy to see, because when you're posing by yourself, you look pretty complete, right? But when you compare yourself to other bodybuilders who are different, who are bigger, maybe less tall, but wider, you see the differences much more clearly. And what they had over me was thickness, mostly, and volume. And especially in areas like the chest, it can really show. Now, my side chest is, as you guys know, the classic way, the way that Arnold Schwarzenegger does it, as you can see right here. And this is just the way that I prefer to do it. But as you can see, the lower chest is there, but the upper chest is lacking to have the same effect as Arnold had with his huge chest. So, what I have changed is, first of all, start out with an exercise that targets purely the upper chest. And this is one of my favorites right now. The owner of this gym has shown me this one. Of course, I knew all these exercises, but it is nice to have someone with experience tell you that this is something you should do, and just do it for a long while to see what the effects will be over the long run. That's the only way to see whether something works in bodybuilding, guys. Patience is key. But it's logical and it's easy. What I'm doing right here is I'm starting the entire workout with my weak point. And that means that every single chest exercise I do after this also targets that weak point, because it's a pre-fatiguing exercise. So this is basically a fly with one arm isolating the upper chest completely. And then the next exercise is focused on the upper chest as well, but it's impossible to just contract the upper chest, especially when it's a compound movement like this. So my workout design is as follows. You start out with an isolation movement for your weak point, in this case the upper chest. Then you do two compound movements of the same muscle group, using, of course, full range of motion, mind-muscle connection, squeezing, stretching, always and always. You do two of those and then end it with another isolation movement of that weak muscle group. For me, that's the upper chest. So I just did the incline chest press, hammer strength. That's a very nice one. Gives you a very nice squeeze. And now that our chest is filled up, I like to use this exercise, the incline dumbbell press, as a stretch exercise. As you can see, I go down as much as I can, stretching the chest. That's what the dumbbells are for. They can go deeper than a bar. And then when I'm going up, I don't lock out, because you lose the tension. I go straight back down the moment that I feel that the chest is losing tension. And that's the way to do this exercise, in my opinion. So here you can kind of see that I'm still in rebound mode. A lot of people seem to underestimate the effects of a rebound after a competition. And when you do it right, you can have a lot of benefits out of it. You keep your shape, basically. You keep looking pretty dry, pretty conditioned, but you're adding volume to your entire musculature. because you're now eating more carbohydrates, more fats, the protein is about the same, but your body is now absorbing every single nutrient and feeding the muscle, because it couldn't have done this months and months at a time. It wasn't able to do that, so now it is. But I am keeping the shape for a reason, which I might be able to tell you at the end of this workout. But anyway, this is an interesting exercise. Again, this is the isolation exercise, the fourth and last chest exercise. Hitting the upper chest. This is basically kind of a fly, a low to high fly, purely focusing on the upper portion of the chest. Make sure to stretch, but especially contract that part of the chest. And here I'm doing some posing just to see on camera for myself as well the fullness that I'm able to achieve, and I want to bring this fullness to the stage next time that I will compete, because I can either choose for a hard conditioned look or a full look. Now the best of both worlds would be to be conditioned and full, but that is something that you need other things for, and I'm going for the full, more healthy look. But now it's time for the first of 3 tricep exercises, and this is one of my favorite. It gives a great stretch when I'm going up. I like to go up a little higher than 90 degrees because that gives us a greater stretch for the triceps. When you stretch the triceps, you put more signaling to it to grow, especially the long head, which needs a lot of stretching. Then when going down, you squeeze the triceps, at least go fully down with your arms. The moment that you cannot do this anymore, you choose a lighter weight, guys. The muscle is supposed to be working, not momentum or the rest of your body. Purely the triceps. So this is a tricep dips. It looks like a chest dip, but it's a shorter range of motion, because the moment when you go up and you feel your triceps pulling, basically stretching, then you're already high enough. And then you simply push down again and contract, squeeze for a second at the bottom. This is a great exercise because it's pretty much a combination for the short head on the side and the medial head of the triceps for mass and roundness. Now this is a very good one to finish with, because your triceps are already fatigued from the 2 previous exercises. You're able to finish this one fatiguing your triceps before your chest, which is what's supposed to happen during this exercise. You do not want your chest to take over. You want to feel it purely in the triceps. So go down, feel the stretch, and go back up and squeeze the triceps. And now it's time for some cardio, 20 minutes, heart rate, keep it pretty much in between 120, 130 for burning fat. And yeah, that's what I'm doing post-workout. Alright, doing some cardio. And after the workout, it was a good workout, training the chest and the triceps. As you can see, I limited the volume, 4 exercises for the chest and 3 for the triceps, and working on the weak points. So I'm starting with the upper chest, it's a weak point of mine, and ending with the upper chest with isolation movements. So taking out the triceps and the shoulders as much as possible during those exercises. That is what counts. And then the 2 exercises in between will be compounds, but because you did the first isolation with the upper chest, it will always be fatigued even during the 2 compound exercises. And what we did today was the incline chest press machine, gives a very good squeeze, and the second was the incline dumbbell press, which is more for the stretch and for the strength. And we ended with the low to high seated cable flies, especially for the upper chest as well. Now the thing is, you cannot isolate the upper chest without targeting the lower chest, so it will always be activated. So if you have a weak upper chest and you are afraid that when you target the upper chest only, you don't work the lower chest, that is wrong, because you always work the lower chest. If it's a strong point of yours, it will remain so even when you don't focus on it directly. So I'm going to be doing this cardio for about 20 to 25 minutes. And as you can see, this gym is pretty awesome. It's my new gym. I'm never going, well, at least this is going to be my new to-go-to gym every single day. Of course, I'll be going from time to time to the other gym, Pure Fitness, in another city that I used to go to, that I started this channel with, you know, that gym. But here, I get such amazing guidance, so much knowledge is here, so much experience. You know, the way that I'm training right now is actually directly from the owner of the gym who taught me some of the exercises, but it's advice. You know, you don't have to literally do what he says, but he has an input, I have an input, and together we combine it to get the best training, nutrition, supplementation, and especially posing that he helped me a lot with. And in a few weeks, you might see me on another stage again. So maybe that's why I'm doing cardio. Maybe that's why I'm keeping this shape. And I'm making full use of the rebound of the Arnold Classic Europe. And I'm trying to build as much quality mass, at least holding on to my shape, but getting a little bit fuller, maybe a little less hard, but much fuller on this stage to show you guys an even better package than the Arnold Classic Europe, hopefully. So we'll see. I'm very excited again, and there's a lot more videos coming concerning the nutrition. Oh, my arm is getting a little numb, but yeah, I'll be doing videos on nutrition, the posing, the rebound, the macros, that'll be coming very soon, and exactly how I'm going to work on those weak points. And this is actually the first weak point video that I'm showing you exactly how I'm going to be working on the upper chest. And I'm not perfect. I used to do a lot more volume than is needed. So instead of 6 times a week, I'll be training 5 times a week. And instead of 5 exercises per muscle group, I'll do 4 exercises. For example, today was 4 chest exercises, and I did 3 triceps, so that's 7 exercises all in all. But the exercises and the sets themselves are more intense, and you'll be able to go more intense because you do less volume, more energy to do the sets, the reps, the squeezes, the slow negatives. So yes, guys, that's the video of today. As I mentioned, a lot more coming. I want to thank you for watching, and don't forget to stay